The wait is finally over, and the All Blacks have named their matchday squad for the opening test against the Springboks in Johannesburg, with head coach Dave Rennie making several major changes as New Zealand prepares for one of the biggest challenges of the rugby calendar. After 3 franchise matches on tour, the All Blacks now move into the test arena, and the selection sends a clear message about the balance of experience, form, and fresh energy that Rennie wants to take into Saturday's contest. The biggest headline is the return of 3 key players who are set to make their first appearances of the tour against South Africa. Captain Ardie Savea, scrum half Cam Roigard, and outside back Will Jordan. Their inclusion immediately adds experience, attacking ability, and leadership to a New Zealand side preparing to face the #1 ranked team in the world on home soil. For Ardie Savea, this match carries even greater significance. The influential loose forward returns as captain and is set to make his 110th test appearance for New Zealand. It will also be his 18th test against South Africa, giving him considerable experience of the intensity and physical demands that come with facing the Springboks. Alongside him, hooker Codie Taylor will also reach the impressive milestone of 110 tests. Taylor has played South Africa 16 times before this match, meaning Saturday will be his 17th test against the Springboks. These milestones underline just how much big match experience New Zealand will have in its starting lineup. But the return of established stars is not the only major talking point. Damian McKenzie is back from injury and will start at fullback, giving the All Blacks another experienced attacking option at the back. His ability to create opportunities, handle pressure, and contribute with the boot could become particularly important in a match where territory and accuracy may be decisive. With McKenzie returning, Will Jordan moves into the starting lineup on the right wing, while Josh Morby gets the opportunity on the left wing. For Jordan, this is an important return to the test environment after missing the earlier matches of the tour. His finishing ability and attacking instincts have made him one of New Zealand's most dangerous outside backs, and his presence gives the All Blacks another player capable of turning limited opportunities into points. In midfield, Quinn Tapia and Jordie Barrett form the center pairing, with Barrett bringing another layer of experience and physicality to the backline. At fly half, Ruben Love has been selected, while Cam Roigard returns at scrum half. The combination will be closely watched because the battle for control at 9 and 10 can often shape the rhythm of a test match. Roigard brings pace and attacking intent from the base of the scrum, while Love will be tasked with helping the All Blacks manage the game and make good decisions under pressure. The forward pack also contains an interesting mixture of established players and younger talent. Ardie Savea starts at number 8, with Luke Jacobson at openside flanker and Tupou Va'ai completing the loose forward combination. In the second row, Fabian Holland partners Josh Lord, while the front row features Tyrell Lomax, Codie Taylor, and Ethan de Groot. It is a group that will face a major challenge against a Springboks pack renowned for its physical approach, powerful set piece, and ability to build pressure over long periods. That is exactly why Dave Rennie has emphasized the importance of balance in his selection. The All Blacks coach has described the squad as a combination of experienced big match players and younger players who have earned their opportunity. The 3 franchise matches earlier in the tour have also played an important role in preparing New Zealand for this moment. Those games have allowed newer members of the squad to experience the style and intensity associated with South African rugby, while also giving the coaching staff valuable opportunities to develop combinations and establish the patterns they want to use at test level. However, Rennie has made it clear that the test series represents a significant step up. The All Blacks know that what worked in the earlier franchise matches will not automatically be enough against the Springboks. South Africa bring a different level of pressure, experience, and consistency, particularly when playing in front of their home supporters. Johannesburg is expected to provide a demanding environment, and New Zealand will need to stay composed when the momentum shifts. One of the most intriguing elements of this selection is the balance between proven performers and players experiencing South Africa at test level for the first time. Anton Segner and Josh Morby are both set to face the Springboks for the first time, giving them a major opportunity on one of rugby's biggest stages. Morby has earned his starting position on the wing, while Segner provides additional options among the replacements. For players like these, the challenge is not only about physical performance. It is also about adapting quickly to the atmosphere, tempo, and pressure of Test rugby against one of the world's strongest teams. The All Blacks bench also provides plenty of experience and impact. Asafo Amua is named as replacement hooker, with George Bauer and Fletcher Newell providing front row cover. Anton Segner and Peter Lakai add options in the loose forwards, while Kyle Preston is the reserve scrum half. In the back line, Anton Lienert-Brown and Leroy Carter complete the replacements. That bench could become particularly important in the final stages of the match, when fatigue begins to create gaps and fresh players are asked to maintain intensity. For the All Blacks, the opening quarter could be crucial. They will need to manage South Africa's early pressure, defend accurately, and avoid giving away unnecessary opportunities. At the same time, New Zealand will want to show that it can impose its own attacking style rather than simply reacting to the Springboks. The presence of Savea, Roigard, Jordan, and McKenzie gives the All Blacks several ways to attack, but execution will be critical. Against a side as disciplined and experienced as South Africa, small errors can quickly turn into territory and scoreboard pressure. That makes the role of Jordie Barrett, Damian McKenzie, and Ruben Love especially interesting. Their decision-making will help determine whether New Zealand can find space outside the Springboks' defensive structure or whether South Africa can keep the All Blacks pinned in their own half. Meanwhile, the forwards will have to compete for possession and make sure the platform is strong enough for the backs to operate. At the heart of the team is Ardie Savea, and his leadership could be one of the defining factors of the contest. His experience against South Africa means he understands the intensity of this rivalry, but every test presents a different challenge. As captain, he will also have responsibility for keeping the team focused when the match becomes chaotic or momentum begins to swing. His 110th test adds a personal milestone to an occasion that already carries enormous importance for New Zealand. Codie Taylor reaches the same milestone, and his leadership from the front row will also be valuable. The All Blacks will need accuracy at line-out time, stability at scrum time, and composure around the breakdown, areas where Taylor's experience can make a difference. The wider significance of this test is difficult to ignore. The Springboks are currently ranked number 1 in the world, and they will be playing in their own country with a passionate home crowd behind them. For the All Blacks, this is an opportunity to measure how far the team has developed under Dave Rennie when faced with the highest level of international pressure. The earlier tour matches have provided preparation, but Saturday will offer a much clearer test of New Zealand's progress. The selection itself suggests that Rennie believes the time has come to trust his most experienced players while continuing to give emerging talent meaningful opportunities. That balance could be crucial across the Test series. New Zealand does not need to win the match in the opening minutes, and the coaching staff will be aware that patience and discipline will matter just as much as attacking ambition. If the All Blacks can build pressure, protect possession, and take their scoring opportunities, they can give themselves a genuine chance of competing with South Africa. But if errors begin to accumulate, the Springboks are more than capable of turning those mistakes into momentum. That is what makes this opening test so compelling. Two teams with different strengths are about to meet in one of rugby's most demanding environments, and the All Blacks have chosen a lineup that combines experience, returning stars, and players stepping into new territory. Ardie Savea, Cam Roigard, and Will Jordan return to the tour at exactly the moment New Zealand needs its strongest possible challenge to the Springboks. Damian McKenzie adds another major boost after recovering from injury, while the likes of Jordie Barrett, Codie Taylor, Quinn Tapia and Tyrell Lomax bring valuable test experience to the starting 15. For the newer players, meanwhile, this is a chance to show that they belong at the highest level. As Saturday approaches, the key question is no longer about preparation. The preparation has been done. The combinations have been tested. The squad has experienced South African rugby. Now comes the real examination. Can the returning stars lift the All Blacks to another level? Can the younger players handle the pressure of their first test against the Springboks? And can Dave Rennie's carefully balanced selection stand up to the challenge of facing the world's #1 team in Johannesburg? Those questions will only be answered once the opening whistle goes. But one thing is certain. With Ardie Savea back as captain, Cam Roigard returning at scrum half, Will Jordan restored to the back line, and Damian McKenzie back at fullback, the All Blacks have made their intentions clear. They are ready to take the next step of the tour, and the first test against the Springboks promises to provide the toughest measure yet of what this New Zealand team can deliver.